everyone, and welcome to part 3 of my wig tutorial. This time we're going to be adding fiber to the wig cap. First thing you want to do when you start a wig is decide what style you want, because that's going to determine how you prepare the wig cap and how you put the fiber on it. So I'm going to do basically a blunt bob with a little bit angle towards the front and some bangs. We're going to use this mulberry silk. It's a very fine fiber, shiny, thin, a little bit hard to work with, not as easy as the alpaca that I normally work with, but for this particular look it's going to be perfect. So we're going to cut some lengths of fiber here, much longer than the style would require, because we're going to be doing some styling to this and you want to have plenty of fiber to work with. First step is we're going to make the fiber portions for the bangs. And I just get a couple of these hunks of the silk, put some glue up at the top, and try to get those the width of that part that we marked on the wig cap in the earlier video. Once it dries on the wax paper, I just trim it a little bit to make it even, and we're going to insert it into that marked slot that we cut. One side for each side of the part. This is going to be the very top of the wig, so you want it to look great looking down. It's going to cover up all the glue work that we're going to do. Here I'm just cutting off the ends to make it a little bit shorter and even. Put some more glue on it and press it down to the wig cap to secure it. And once you get that part done, you can flip that wig cap back up. And I sometimes have to use a orange stick or cuticle stick to press down a little bit more, but now you got that nice part. Now off camera I added another section for the bangs. So you've got the two sections here for the part, and then this front section that I added, I just stuck it into the front of that slit, and that's going to be to cover up the bangs. So now we're going to pull those up to get them out of the way, because we don't want to get any glue on them. We're going to put that on our doll and start applying the other fiber. And as I said, I use this E6000 because I like it. It dries fast, it's waterproof. And I just put a line across, just do a little section at a time. Start at the bottom of the wig. This got a little uneven, so I'm just going to trim it to make it uniform as we apply it. It's a little bit neater. So once you get that nice even cut, we're just going to press the end of that onto the glue. And again, as I said, I like to use my fingers. Some people use a brush, but I don't like to mess up my brushes, and this type of glue doesn't come out of them as well as the water-based glues do. It dries really fast, so I usually just rub my fingers together off camera and it comes right off. So we're going to just continue to go around adding glue and adding fibers. You're adding a thin piece of fiber. You're not adding too much, or it won't allow the glue to reach through to all the fibers. And if you get a little bit too much, you can always just put some more fibers on top of that. We're just going to move all the way around to the top, and we're going to work on the front part. Continue to add your fibers. As I was talking about this glue, I like it because it is waterproof, and if later you get something on the fibers for whatever reason, paint or pastels or just dirt, you can actually wash it because it's waterproof. I like it because one tube usually makes one wig, and one tube usually makes one wig cap. So you notice here we're doing the part for the bangs. They're long. That's okay. We're going to cut those later. Now if I was doing a different type of wig without bangs, I would have put some fibers underneath the wig cap instead of on top like this, because when you flip it up you can see the wig cap. So if we were going to flip it up, we would put fibers on the inside, and we're going to do that in another video. So I'm going to get that top knot hair out of the way a little bit more. We're still working a little bit far down, so it's pretty protected. I just want to make sure I don't get any glue on it. And the more I handle it, you know, the more it has that possibility. So we're just going to keep adding fiber. Keep moving forward. I just keep going around in a circle. And we're going to get closer and closer to the top of the wig. Now, as you get closer up here, it gets a little bit harder to work with your fingers because I'm usually pressing down and then up towards that top knot to secure the wig, and I just don't have the room anymore. So I'll start using either a toothpick or an orange stick, which is that wooden cuticle stick. Also, as I get this close, I'm going to go ahead and put some plastic around that top section to protect it. I want it to be nice and fresh as we get through with the wig cap so that it doesn't get glue on it and it looks nice and pretty. And just keep going. As I said, though, I'm going to have to start using a toothpick to help press down. This particular fiber doesn't adhere as well as something like alpaca, which I normally use. You'll see as I'm doing this, the fibers will pop up and I have to spend a little bit more time pressing them down. But for the look that I want, it's going to be a nice fiber, and you'll see that when we finish with the styling in a little bit. And just continue pressing those stubborn fibers down as we get closer and closer to the part section. And just try to keep the glue as far away from the part as you can. That's why I'm using the toothpick to kind of press down. I don't want to use my finger, which is going to probably end up pressing the glue up into that and make it hard. I want it to fall really naturally from the part once we're finished and look very natural. Cover up all this glue work that we've done. The toothpick really helps. Okay, so we finished adding that. We've combed out the hair a little bit. We're going to section off where the bangs would be. So this is going to be our bang section. You're going to cut this and make sure you cut it really much longer than you need. Because if you cut it too short, it's too late. You can't go back. Alright, I'm going to let out our part now and see how this is going to look. Alright, so you've got the part section and the bang section. And just start spreading that out using a comb. You're going to lose some fiber here, but that's okay. You've got plenty of fiber that you started with. So just spread that out to cover up the glue sections. Always hold to the base of the hair when you're combing it to protect from pulling out more than you need to pull out. Okay, so we are spreading out the bangs now, and once we get that spread out, we're going to cut that portion over the bangs, and then we're going to just continue to style this haircut for this doll. Now, this particular style that I'm doing is a precision cut, and probably not the one that you want to start with as your first wig. But for this particular doll, the style that I'm looking for is a little bit futuristic. So I'm looking for more of a precision cut that will fit with the end result of the look that I'm aiming for. Kind of undercutting the bangs a little bit because I want them to bend over, and this is going to continue. That's why you want to cut everything longer than you want, because you're just going to make really small adjustments at a time. And the way I'm cutting it here is creating a little bit of an unevenness, and it thins it a little bit on the ends, and that helps it to bend under. Okay. Now, as we start the sides, I cut them basically in that shape that we talked about in the beginning, that bob shape, but I cut it longer than the end result's going to be. And then I pull the top layer up, and I want the bottom layer to be a little bit shorter than the top layer so that it's called an undercut. And then when I pull the top layer down, it'll be a little bit longer so it'll flip under instead of flipping out. So if you cut it with the top layer shorter, then it tends to flip out, or even if it's even, it'll flip out. So now we pull the top layer down, and it's going to be pretty much uneven at this point, so you're just going to start shaping it up. We've got it a little shorter in the back than the front, which is what we wanted. You've got some straggly ends, and one side you can tell is quite a bit longer than the other side, so we're going to have to shape that up. But that's okay, because as I said, we started longer than we needed, and now we have room to work with. So as we comb, we're going to get some loose fibers. That's okay. That's to be expected. At this point, I've gotten rid of most of the looseness and the fiber that was going to come out anyway, so it's not so hard to comb it. Alright, so there we are. We're going to just start shaping it up, getting rid of the straggling ends, getting that one side a little shorter, making sure the bangs are the length that we need and that they're really straight, because this is a really precision, futuristic cut. We want it to look really sharp. As I do dolls, I tend to do the face and not really know at that point exactly how that doll's going to end up looking. And once I have the face and the expression on the face, then it tells me, oh, this one's going to be, have this kind of look, or it needs this kind of hair. Some people, I think, really have the whole look of the doll ahead of time, and they know the costume, they know the hair, they know what they're going to do. But I tend to do the face first and kind of let that tell me how this is going to look. So she has kind of a little bit of a serious look, and I like that she's blue, which is also a little bit, like alien looking maybe. So that's kind of how she ended up getting this haircut, and that's how she's going to get the end costume that she's going to get. Okay, so we're doing the final touches here. We want to get that hair to curl under, and this is so fine, this fiber is so fine that I'm going to end up having to put some spray on it. But I love the shine, I love how it ends up, the end cut looks. I think it's going to be great for her final appearance when we get her costume and everything. And she's going to have an ethereal but alien type look. So there she is. She's got her bob. That wig's pretty much done. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and continue to watch. I'm going to be doing more wigs with different styles and show you how to do those in the future. And that's the end of part 3. Thanks for watching.